welcome to today at Best of Super Juniors 33. My name is James Trupany. Today we're at Toka Techno Dome in Tokyo, Toyama, Japan. This was yesterday's show from the 30th. And the show opened. It was 957 in attendance. That's a pretty good crowd, actually. Unbound Company, Daiki Nagai and Robbie X defeated Tessei Nakahara and Tatsuya Matsumoto, 7 minutes and 42 seconds. I did not watch the undercard matches. I did not have time today. I've had a busy day already. Back to work tomorrow. Darn it. Nick Wayne and Valiente Jr. defeated Masatori Yasuda and Tiger Mask in 5 minutes and 54 seconds. 6 or 9, Master Wato Reisuke Taguchi defeated United Empire's Francesco Akira and Zane J in 8 minutes 25. Kirsty Fujita and Raya Owa of TMDK defeated Inbound Company's Gedo and Titan in 5 minutes and 20 seconds. That puts the Best of Super Juniors Block B matches for the night. Jacob Austin Young drew level with Hyo at 9 minutes and 18 seconds after kind of a lackluster victory. He was kind of on the back foot through most of this match with Hyo making most of the running and then kind of just won. And I was like, oh, okay then. So a bit of an odd one, really. I kind of expected Hyo to do better. As a guest, I know we've talked in the past specifically of Dragon, people having terrible runs in Best of Super Juniors, and this seems to be the case today. What can you do? It wasn't terrible. 6 points is not bad at this point in the tournament, but it's still not good. What was better was Yo versus Yoshinobu Kanemaru, because you have the ultimate loser babyface against the ultimate loser heel. And Yo got the best of Kanemaru and his cheating ways, because people forget Yo was in Chaos and Chaos were Rudos. They were bad guys to start with. They just became popular, and that's, he knows the score and knows how to negate people like Kanemaru. So that was fun. I enjoyed that match. It's probably the best match on the card, actually, from a non-traditional point of view. From an entertainment point of view, made the most sense. Robbie Eagles defeated Daisuke Sasaki 13 minutes and 17 seconds. This, I think, was probably closer to what Sarah wanted in the wheels coming off. An excellent wrestling match with Sasaki undoing himself at the end. Still trying to steal shares off commentators and the commentator getting blamed for them. What was that? Yeah, it was, I haven't got the name, Murata, isn't it? Ruda. Sasaki just basically stole his chair this time. And then attacked Robbie Eagles with it. And it was very good. But not as good as El Desperado versus Kishida. This was exceptional. 8.8 from the cage match users based on 11 votes, because maybe one of the matches of the tournament. Despe couldn't get breakthrough against Kishida, so he took the devilment route. And as a result of that, kind of got a bit of heel heat on him, but desperate times and desperate measures, he needs to be top of the block if he wants to be in consideration at this point. And with things moving around him, it means he's on top of the block now as number one contender. As ace of the company, really, not number one contender. He's perennially a top contender for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. And this kind of put Kushida back in his place. Kushida wrestled barefoot again, which was kind of his undoing in this match. He wanted to grapple. Desperado wouldn't let him, so he went to brawling, which is obviously his wheelhouse. And this was an exceptional match. Thoroughly enjoyed it, 14 minutes and 35 seconds. As was the main event, funnily enough. Taiji Ishimori versus Sho was always going to be Clown Car. It had to be. No other way of going about it. Two nascent heels who Ishimori's not relied on outside interference for a long time, but knows how to get the job done in an underhanded manner. He's still a member of Bullet Club underneath. And he got Robbie X and Daiki Nagai to come in just the right moment to cause enough distraction and get rid of House of Torture in the process, specifically Dick Togo and Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and keep them occupied so he could get his finisher on show. And this was a lot of fun to watch. Just excellent, actually. It was a really good card from the bits that I saw of it. I didn't see all of it because time, as usual, is getting the better of me. I think it's when I'm doing it with someone else, I'm more willingness to get everything watched because I know they'll have watched it. I don't want to feel guilty of not watching it. But it's just the way it goes at the minute. Sadly, I'm wrapping up a job which I've just finished, so that was taking up a bit of time. And now I'm getting prepped back up to go back to work again next week because I've got projects afoot and I've got meetings about that next week. So one has to do one's best. However, wrestling takes priorities on Sundays. And yes, this was a very fun card. Probably one of the better balanced cards, apart from Jacob Austin Young versus Yo, which wasn't bad. It was just a bit weird. This was a nicely balanced card. Where are we next? I'll give you a bit of a preview and tell you what's coming up on the next show. The next show will be night 11. This is night 10, so night 11 will be a full-bore show. Robbie X versus Daikon Guy from Block A. Yoshinobu Kanemaru versus Kishida in Block B. Ryosuke Taguchi and Francesco Akira, Block A. Daisuke Sasaki and Sho in Block B. Nick Wayne and Valiente in Block A. Robbie Eagles and Jacob Austin Young in Block B. Yun Kasai and Master Wato in Block A. Oh, Christy, I hope you're not watching that one. I don't want you to be scared. Taiji Ishimori and Hyo in Block B. Titan and Kosei Fujita in Block A, which could be one of the matches of the tournament. And El Desperado versus Yo equally could be one of the matches of the tournament. Yo is firing on all cylinders in this tournament again. I'm looking forward to his matches very, very much. We're at Kurikan Hall, the home of junior heavyweight wrestling. Well, wrestling in general, but specifically junior heavyweight wrestling. That's on the 2nd, so that's be on Tuesday. I will get a show to you on Thursday where I'll definitely be covering that because I'll have had a chance to watch it by then. I may even have had a chance. I won't because I've got to go to the dentist and there's an awful lot of stuff happening on that. So that'll be a weekend job, the Wednesday show. 5 will be... it should be the junior heavy. It should be the semi-finals, I guess. That's what they booked it for. But I thought we were just having straight finals this year. So we've got a show on Tuesday, a show on Wednesday, a show on Friday, and a show on Sunday. So I would think I would get to the Friday. The second will be on Thursday, not Thursday, Wednesday of this week because I've got to go out for a do on Thursday. So I should get it watched by Wednesday. He said doing the maths in his head and get it recorded on Wednesday night. Between watching it at breakfast and one thing and another, and then the weekend on Saturday we'll be covering night 12 and 13, and then on Sunday after night 14 we'll be covering night 14, and that'll be the end of Best of Super Juniors. This has flown by this year. Looking at the averages from this cage match units, the best night was night 1, which is usually what happens because they try and set the tone on night 1. They got 7.41, and they've kind of averaged between 4.5 and 6.8. I think that's harsh myself because I thought it's been a really good tournament, much more enjoyable, possibly because I've been less invested in it and therefore not worried so much about it. And maybe that's it because I'm not really anxious for a winner this year, and this year I kind of felt like I've just enjoyed it a bit better. There's an interesting lesson for you. Just kind of enjoy it for what it is. Don't think too heavily about it. There are some things you need to think heavily about, but you know what I mean. Anywho, that's me. My name is James Trupany. Thank you for listening. You can find me at Sheriff Lone Star on Mastodon and on Blue Sky and on Twitter. You can find me at Sheriff Lone Star TX on Instagram. Have a lovely day. This is going to be the Trupany Show today / today at. So I will see you guys all on Wednesday. Bye.